Hello everyone, Kevin Iverson here. Just want to say a quick thank you to all of you that checked out the video that I done with guitar sounds of Oasis, Paul Weller and Ocean Colour Scene. I had a few comments to see if I'd do a sort of a bit of a deep dive on how Steve Cradock uses his effects and pedals. I've got a very similar setup to Steve. I've seen recently he's got a few new additions. He's got like a Marshall overdrive pedal on there and a few other bits and bobs. But a couple of people has asked me to sort of see if I can demo my pedals similar to how Steve does and how he plays certain Ocean Colour Scene tracks. And I've also got a special song as well and a Paul Weller song just to demonstrate how he uses certain pedals. Now the pedals that Steve uses, he's got two tremolos, the Boss ones. He's got this RE20 Space Echo. He's got the RT20, which is a Rotary emulator. His reverb pedal he uses, I believe, is one of the Boss Fender ones that they don't do anymore, which apparently are really nice. I mean, he's used smaller setups before, but this will get you really close. And again, you know, you could buy a lot of these pedals on a budget form. I've mentioned in the last video, like Behringer do really great pedals, which are really similar to Boss. They're just cheaper, but they sound great. And I've got no affiliation to any company or anything. This is just stuff that I use that I like. I mean, if you want help looking at pedals and you want something on a cheaper scale, then, you know, drop us a message, and if I can help, I will. But anyway, Steve Cradock, how he uses pedals. One person asked me why he's got two tremolos. He said he saw him with two tremolos, one's fast and one's slow. Basically, he has one set to a faster speed, one set to a slower speed. So this is currently, just so you know as well, this Noble's ODR Mini 2 is always on. I love this overdrive. Again, I'm not affiliated with it or anything like that. I just really like it. It's great. It's a nice sounding pedal. So that's always on. I'm going to put the reverb on for this as well. But with this set to a fast setting, I've sort of delved into it, and he uses this kind of setting on Besides Yourself by Ocean Colour Scene off of Marching Already. So as soon as you hear that, it's like kind of instantly recognisable, in my opinion. So yeah, I'll use that for that. But also you can keep the same setting on a faster speed when he uses it for like Ghost Town by the Specials. I've only run through this a couple of times, so I might muck it up. If I do, I'm sorry. So he uses it for that as well, which sounds really cool as far as I'm concerned. And then he'll have another tremolo set to slower speeds. And I'll be honest with you, I know I've heard it in certain tracks, but I can't think off the top of my head what he's used it in now. But on a slower setting, just a great sounding pedal. But yeah, so instead of him sort of, you know, bending down and changing the settings, he's got two there, so he can just step on whatever pedal he wants, whether it's a slower setting or a faster setting, and he hasn't got to muck around during a gig. You know, it's already there set up and ready to go depending on the song he's playing. So that's that. The other pedal that he uses quite a lot is this RT20, which is a rotary speaker simulator, which is based on the Hammond organ having a Leslie cabinet, it's called. And in the Leslie cabinet, it's got two speakers that rotate, and this emulates that speaker. So what's that on that? So on the slow setting, it will sound, oh, it's slowing down now. So on the slow setting, you get that. It's quite chorusy. And then as soon as you hit this fast speed, it speeds it up. So you'll hear that when they do like You've Got It Bad. I think in like the middle 8 before it goes to the last verse, you'll hear a. So yeah, that's in that part. The other pedal he uses quite extensively is the RE20 Space Echo, and again you can use it going back on You've Got It Bad, right? You can also use it for like because you can do a tap tempo, so you can go. Also in the solo if you want to. I don't think he does this, but something. So yeah, you can use it like that. The other place he uses this for is there's was it Find the Torch, Burn the Plans on that Well Alive record from 2010. When they play Wildwood, he's basically got the delay on, and he's got like a slide, and he's sort of doing this kind of thing. So I'm using that with a volume pedal, which he'll have a volume pedal as well. I think he's got a bus volume pedal. But by that, you know, if you've got a good rhythm section going, you can kind of make these weird and wonderful noises. Rather than just playing a lick, you can make noises, which is, you know, what music's all about, right? But what he'll also do is, you've got some controls here, and you could sort of, I'll try and do it. I don't normally do this sort of stuff, but. So you can manipulate the delay and get all kinds of weird and wonderful sounds out of it, which is really cool. The other cool thing with this pedal is, for example, if I play, but then hold down this button here, it does that as well, which is really cool. Which it can be really usable if you're playing in a band or whatnot. It's a cool setting that. What else? If I've missed anything else, don't think I have. But I mean, that's it kind of in a nutshell, really. You know, he's got a lot of pedals that he uses, but he's very good at manipulating the delay. Often you'll see him on his knees mucking around, just getting some sounds, which is really cool. But that's it, really, I think. There's not a lot more to it, but out of these three or whatever, you can get a lot of different wild and wacky sounds. And a lot of these pedals and a lot of these sounds, they all just come from like the late 60s. You know, you'll hear like the Rolling Stones, if I can play it. Got a delay on, but yeah, you can hear it there. The Rolling Stones. Which is like a Faces song. So they use those. And then the tremolo, I said that's like an old 50s instrument effect, you know. So yeah, it's just all old school sounds, but you know, they got it right back in the day and still sounds cool now. So anyway, I hope this has sort of shed some light on some Steve Cradock sounds, and I hope it inspires you to pick up the guitar or investigate some pedals. And I appreciate you all, if you've come to the YouTube channel to watch these couple of videos, I really appreciate it. I'm going to do some more videos if I can, talking about different overdrives, maybe even different guitars or my amps. So yeah, please subscribe, hit the like button, and I appreciate you listening and watching. Also, don't forget, if you're on Spotify, iTunes, please check out my own music. I've got some songs in there that I actually have recorded with Steve Cradock. He produced them for me. There's a song called Dancing in the Sound, The Pier, Gotta Change, Stone. It's a song called Yes. I also went and recorded with him 2021. It was after lockdown, and I was with the Purple Hearts, the old Mob Revival band, and we recorded, but if you search them up, it's like the PH2. But I'll try and put some links in the description for you to check out. I'm going to stop rambling now. Thank you so much for your support, and hopefully I'll be seeing you again soon. Don't forget to comment and all that crap. Anyway.